All right. Today, let's talk about ones, fours, and fives. So, what that means in music is, well, it's essentially, let's say A is one, A, B, C, D. So D is four, and E is five. In its simplest form, that's it. Now, I'll explain a little bit more about that in this video for you, and why that's incredibly useful when we're playing music. So, first of all, one of the coolest things about this is that, well, those are the three most popular chords ever. In almost any style of music you can think of, you can base it around those three chords. Now, I don't mean the A, the D, and the E, but I do mean the 1, the 4, and the 5. So, the vast majority of the time, if people are talking about a 3-chord song, that's what they mean. For example, how many songs have you played already that have a G, a C, and a D? There's endless songs where it's just those 3 chords. So, when we're talking about that, well, G in this case, right? All the time, one of our chords is our 1. We're going to think of that as our home base. We can also call that being in the key of something. So being in the key of G means G is 1. So let's do the math. I always say use your fingers because everybody does. G, A, B, C. There's C is 4. And D is 5. There you go. So we could say, okay, if my chord progression is G, C, D, C, tons of songs do that. We could also call that a 1, G, 4, C, 5, D, and 4, C again. So a 1, 4, 5, 4. And someone might say, okay, 1, 4, 5, 4 in the key of G. So that's the idea. In a lot of cases, because we see these chords so often, people will talk about them like that. Oh, it's this song, just a 1, 4, 5, 4 in the key of G. Or a 1, 4, 5, 4 in the key of C. So let's do that. Again, in the key of C, right? C, D, E, F. F is 4, and G is 5. So that would be C, F, G, F. Listen to this. The cool thing about this is if the numbers stay the same, it has the same general feel no matter what key you put it in. It's like, let's say we sing Happy Birthday and we sing a lower version and we move the notes higher and higher and higher, you can still tell what song it is. It still sounds exactly like Happy Birthday. It doesn't matter if you have a low version or a high version. That's kind of what happens when we're changing keys. So, in its straight, and when we're talking about lots of letters, many of our letters just stay normal. G, C, D, or C, F, G. Now, if we just use letters, sometimes we run into some complications. So let's use the guitar, and we're going to learn a sneaky trick, because it's all about shapes. Now, this is in almost any style of music. You can go back to classical music, and you find ones, fours, and fives. You can go, country music, even in jazz, rock music, heavy metal, maybe. Tons of stuff. Even, punk rock. How many times have you heard that? So, on the guitar, check this out. And I'll show you why this is really important in just a second. So, if this is our 1, it's a G in this case, hopefully you know that, then this is your 4. And 2 frets away, there's your 5. So 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. So anywhere you go, almost anywhere on the guitar, that's what you get. So 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. You see this in your blues all the time, right? 1, 4, 5, 4, and 1. Now that's super important because if we just use the basic letters, let's say we start on a B, for example. Well, B, C, D, E, cool. Some sort of E is a 4, and some sort of F is a 5. But if you double check on your guitar, check this out. That is B, that is E, but that is an F sharp. Don't worry about why that is for now, but it's a great way to double check because sometimes it's not just your basic letters. Sometimes you might have a flat or a sharp in there. So let's do that again, just as an example. You can do a B flat. So in this case, B flat is the 1. So we know B, C, D, E. Again, some sort of E is our 4. And some sort of F is our 5. So if we're in the key of B flat, well, B flat is the 1. E flat turns out to be our 4. And F, in this case, is the only normal letter. That's a regular F. So that's how we do this. That's what 1, 4, and 5 means. I'm going to do a bunch of videos about this, showing you all sorts of cool things you can do about this or play these chords with. That's going to help you a ton to give you some interesting ideas because you don't have to just go, you don't have to just play those chords. We'll talk about 3-chord songs as well in this series and different groups of 3 chords that might not be 1s, 4s, and 5s too. But for now, that's what people mean when they're talking about 1s, 4s, and 5s. And that's how you find them on your guitar. Hopefully that helps you. The more you learn, the better you get. Knowledge is power. I'll see you next time.